Hi guys, and welcome back to another Call of Duty commentary with me, InstentKarma with an E. Now we're back with Featured Fridays, episode 2 here, and I got another very special guest for you here today. And before I go ahead and introduce him and let him talk a little bit about who he is and his channel here, just give you guys kind of a brief idea of what these Featured Fridays are in case you missed last week. They're more or less getting a channel here who's under 100 subs, or just barely over that 100 sub mark, that's really not getting the recognition they deserve right now as far as I'm concerned, because there's so many channels out there right now that are getting blown up and they get their name out there, and that's all people go to, and there's these little ones that just get lost in the wake of things that really deserve more than what they're getting here. So the guest I got on here with me today is definitely a great example of this. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? My name is MacPhili, and I make Call of Duty videos.
Right on. And now, with your Call of Duty videos, do you mainly do like gameplay? Do you got commentary over them? Do you do montages? Like, what can we look forward to seeing on your channel?
Well, I'm a serious and a fun gamer, so sometimes I like to mess around and do live comms with my friends, or other times I just do like solo commentaries about serious topics or some funny topics here and there.
Definitely, and I remember a few of your serious topics. You did a lot of your first encounters with certain things, and that's when I actually came onto your channel. That I like those serious topics, because a lot of people just talk about gameplay right now, so do you have a reason that you really like to do that?
Well, see, you're like a professional gamer to me. Like, I see your videos and I'm like, okay, I can never break down maps or guns like this, so I'm like, okay, I'll just talk about some personal experiences.
Well, that works. Well, thanks for the compliment. I didn't see myself in that light, but thank you much for that. Well, that's very cool. I like to have the variation and be able to listen to that kind of stuff, because, it doesn't come naturally for me to talk about the kind of stuff on my channel, and I think it takes a lot of balls to get up there and talk about your personal life to a crowd of people you've never really talked to before.
Well, I mean, it's like, what are people going to say? None of them know me, so...
Exactly. I mean, you don't know how they're going to respond, whether they got the same opinions or anything, and a lot of times it can be touchy subjects, like watching a few channels here talking about the death penalty, and I haven't seen that on yours per se, but people get out there with some pretty ballsy topics, and it's interesting to see how people respond, to say the least.
Well, like some other big commentators, I like connecting with the community, and I've actually gotten messages from people that said, like, you helped me through like a tough time, or like, I can relate to your story.
That's a great place to be, being able to give people advice like that. Like, I give people advice on Call of Duty, but that doesn't really make a life-changing impact. Like, when you can talk to somebody like what you do, I think it's definitely a great thing here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and transition real quick off of that, and we did have a few topics we want to discuss today with you guys, and the first one here was, you were talking to me a little bit about an interview that you saw with Robert Bowling about Modern Warfare 3 here just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, actually, I was watching his interview with Machinima director on their channel, on Machinima or whatever, and I was watching the interview how he was talking about some new features that are going to be in Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, and the two things that stood out to me were the new kill streak mode, I want to say, where the kill streaks aren't going to stack up as much, but they're going to be like Call of Duty 4, where you use your gun as a dependence for kills more than like your chopper gun or your Blackbird or like a Harrier or something. And then the melee system, which is knifing, is going to be different. The rumors are saying that it's going to be a double click, one click to take out the knife, another click to actually kill the enemy. So I don't know, there's a lot of speculation.
See, I think that would be interesting here with the double-click knife thing, because, I mean, the panic knife can definitely be a problem for some people, but I think it's kind of like based off game type here that you play. But, I play a lot of Team Deathmatch and Domination and things like that, and I don't really see the panic knife being really at my disadvantage anymore, because, they took out Commando, which was a huge thing from Modern Warfare 2 to Black Ops, but, if they don't have that in Modern Warfare 3, which they've already confirmed they don't, and then they go ahead and bring us this double knife system, I'm wondering how it's going to work. My main thought is that it's going to take away from, like, we don't even know if they're going to have a tomahawk or a throwing knife, at least I don't personally. So I wonder if they're going to supplement it with that, something like that, because I could see the quick release tomahawk being a little bit more popular than the panic knife if you have to double click one of them and not the other.
Well, see, it's certain game types that the panic knife happens, so it's not necessarily in Team Deathmatch or Domination, but like in Search and Destroy, Demolition, it's out there.
I could definitely see that being a problem. Like, Search and Destroy, you only got one life, and the panic knife is definitely a terrible way to go. Like, I know my least favorite way to die is going to be with that cross-map opening grenade, as a lot of people do. It's like, that makes as little sense to me as what a panic knife does in Search and Destroy. And, I've touched on it a little bit here in the past with tactics like that,
Yeah.
sitting in the corner with FAMAS and things like that. I really think it's up to the community right now to bring back the game and, make it overall better, because I don't think they necessarily have to make these improvements if people just chose not to use them.
We'll see. Yeah, in Modern Warfare 3, I think Infinity Ward I think it's Sledgehammer Games and Raven Studios need to listen to the community, like, to make the game Fallout better.
Absolutely. I think that's why Black Ops has thrived for so long, because I don't know, I'm just getting into this whole YouTube and gaming scene within the past few months here, and Black Ops is my first game to do that. And from my experience with this, Black Ops is going to be the longest lasting game out of any of the other Call of Duties here. It seems like it's getting the most following and staying alive the longest. And I think a lot of that's attributed to Treyarch listening to the community and really giving us what we want, because it's been out for 6-7 months when they gave us the FAMAS patch.
Yep.
It's been longer since then. That a lot of people forget about their game at that rate.
Well, you're talking about the FAMAS and that patch, but it's like people, they switch off between overpowered guns. I mean, I see a lot of people, since the FAMAS patch, they go back to the 74U and put rapid fire. I'm like, what's going on here?
Exactly, and I think Treyarch did fall down with that a little bit, bringing us 2 weapons that were way overpowered compared to any of the other ones. Because, I mean, if we look at Infinity Ward's games, because we saw the same thing with World at War, which Treyarch's game with the MP40, same type of thing there. But, with Infinity Ward's games, they do a better job of dispersing the power across all the weapons. Yeah, they're always going to have the one that rises to the top, that's inevitable. But they brought the other ones up to just about where the top guns were, so it wasn't as diverse of a range of damage that we had going on here.
Well, like in Modern Warfare 2, you're talking about how the power is spread out between the weapons. It's like the UMP and the ACR. The UMP is basically the ACR, but it shoots faster.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's very similar statistics there, and the only thing that I saw that was really different was the F2000. Now that gun I could never see myself using, but outside of that gun, they all seem to be, about the same.
See, I always thought that was a burst gun like the G11 or the M16, but it's a rapid fire gun.
Absolutely. It's a beast of a weapon. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I use that quite a bit when I'm playing, but it's nice that there's other guns that are gonna take me down, and that there's other guns that I could use to take down somebody with the ACR or something like that.
Yeah. Hopefully, Modern Warfare 3 weapons will be a lot equal.
I'm looking forward to be that way, with Infinity Ward working on this and really listening to the community this time around. I think that they're gonna do a pretty good job here.
Yeah, they're gonna be solid.
Absolutely, but unfortunately this is wrapping up our time here. The gameplay is about at an end here, but I do want to thank you for coming on, and to all my subs, please go check out MacPhilly. He's got a great channel going on. I make sure to catch a lot of his videos. So any closing comments before we head out here?
No, just thank you for having me on.
No problem, man. It was a great conversation. We'll definitely have to look at doing another one here in the near future.
Alright.
Okay, we'll catch you later, man.
Peace.